My name's Eric. I'm a digital nomad traveling around the country in my Subaru Forester, and today I'm escaping normal life in Iowa. No, really, Iowa. There's more here than you think.
Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. Are you?
All right, well, I am leaving Wisconsin today. From here, I am headed into Iowa and Nebraska. My first stop in Iowa is actually going to be someplace pretty incredible looking. I didn't expect Iowa to have this. We shall see what it's like when I get there. All right, well, I'm at Maquoketa State Park. It's a cave system that you can explore on your own. And I love caves. I've been to tons of them in my life. And I always enjoy this kind of stuff. It's really cool. This is completely free. It's in southern Iowa. And yeah, I'm really excited. There's all sorts of trails you can walk down in there. And yeah, let's go check it out. This is so cool. I can't believe this is free. Yeah, this is really cool. I did not expect to see this in Iowa at all. All right, a couple of helpful tips if you decide to come here. The website recommends maybe bringing a light jacket because it's a little cool in the caves. It always is going to be. But it's in like the mid 80s today. I'm pretty hot. And it feels really good walking around these caves. And these are not underground caves. These are more caves on the side of a mountain. So there's no like stalactites and stalagmites. It's nothing that you're gonna spend a lot of time going down deep in. Most of them are just kind of a big hollowed out cave on the side of a mountain that you can walk into, and you really only get about 50 feet roughly. And then you end up coming back out. A headlamp is useful in some places, but it's not really necessary. The only cave I've been through right now, I think it was the lower dance hall that was kind of dark enough. They actually had enough lights in there that you could see. There was one part that was helpful to have a flashlight, but you really didn't need it too much. Other than that, this is still really impressive. I'd say for free, this is a great deal because they have good markings along the way, good paths. Yeah, it's just really put together very well. I'm very impressed. I still can't believe it was free. Another thing to note is that a lot of the caves are like this. They're very, very small and you have to crawl on your hands and knees. And one of them I even saw you have to crawl around on your belly to go through. So if you like more like spelunking, I guess, and actually getting pretty dirty, then half of these caves are for you because numbers 1 through 10 are all hands and knees, the guy at the visitor center said. So there's only a few that you can actually walk around without having to get dirty. This feels so good to be outside. I have been working for the past 5 days straight, and I know that for most people that's pretty normal, but for me that's very, very abnormal. I usually work for like 2 days on a project if I have to, and then I move on to my next place. But I have been working for 5 days straight, either at a library or at my friend Nick's house, because they had a basement and great Wi-Fi, and I was staying with them anyway, so why would I go somewhere else to work? But oh my God, I have just been cooped up, sitting on my ass for so long. I just feel like I have not gotten good exercise or anything. So this feels so refreshing to be outside. Well, good morning from Lake McBride. I really enjoy this area. It's super quiet, it's peaceful. I came here yesterday and I like the area so much, I decided to just come back here and just spend a whole day just relaxing and chilling out. It's a little bit of a beach here. It's a little bit of sand, and then obviously the lake is behind me, and the water feels good because it's it's quite warm outside, so the water feels cold, but it feels refreshing as well. And yeah, I just really needed this after spending a whole week just working on projects. I just had to get outside, get away from people, get away from things, and just relax a little bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. Later on, I'm gonna head into Des Moines because tomorrow, unfortunately, I do have to get back to work. I have a project I have to work on for a client. And yeah, why not? I don't know what's in Des Moines, but we'll see. Well, I was thinking about getting back in the water. It's getting pretty hot out here and swimming around a little bit and cooling off, until I just saw a snake swimming in the water. And I don't know anything about snakes. I just know that they have no arms and no souls, just like ghosts. So I don't mess with them. And to me, if you say water snake, my mind immediately goes to water moccasin, and I'm pretty sure those are poisonous. So yeah, not going back in that. Really sucks because really wanted to swim again. Good morning from Solon, Iowa. I have been in this little small town now for about 4 days, which is kind of a surprise. I didn't know I was even going to be here one day. So I kind of found this place by accident. I was headed to the state park. I was headed to Lake McBride State Park, and I spent the whole day the other day over there. It was really, really nice, relaxing. And then as I got there and I needed a place to stay, I'd already passed through this town and noticed that there was a place to sleep here, and that's where I'm at. There's a parking lot that I've been sleeping at for the past few nights now, and I actually had some cops come by and check on me, and I said, is it okay if I stay here? And they're like, yeah, I don't care. But they were just like, yeah, just making sure you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing. And I was like, yeah, no, just sleeping. Aside from that, there's a library here, and you know, that's where I get all my work done. So I actually knocked out a few jobs for some clients, and I knocked out a YouTube video for myself while I was here. And then I'm headed into town to wash the car. I haven't washed the car since like Pennsylvania, and that was many, many, many states ago. Maybe New Hampshire, but it's been a long time since I've washed it. So I do have a little bit of an issue going on. There's something breaking in my home. Of course there is. Let me explain and show you what's going on. Okay, so back here in the back of my car, I have this big car fridge. This is a 12-volt fridge, and this is literally a refrigerator. I keep all the things that need to be refrigerated in here. It's actually dual zone, and it then creates this side to be a freezer and this side to be a refrigerator. And this thing's really neat. It even has a built-in ice maker. It's made by EcoFlow, and it's called the Glacier. And it's the only car fridge that they make. And up until now, it's actually been doing a really good job. I usually set it at 37 degrees because I have meats and things in there. So it keeps those cold enough, but it doesn't freeze anything. Well, for about the past week or so, it's actually been freezing everything. I have got things in here that have turned to solid ice. Fruits and vegetables, anything that's liquid has turned to a solid. It's been really, really unusable. Half the stuff is had to be thrown out, basically. And it's doing that, but it's also then I plug the fridge up to my Anchor portable power station, which provides any power I need on the road. This is 1800 watts of power. And so I plug up the fridge to that for power. And because basically what's happening is the compressor in this thing, I can hear it. It's just running and running and running and running and running. So having that compressor on all the time is draining this battery big time, like double the speed of what it used to drain. I used to be able to plug this fridge in overnight to keep all my foods and stuff cold overnight, and it would drain that battery down only 20%. The last couple nights it's gone down 40. I think one night it even went down 50% in the battery. So that's not good. It's doing two things. It's ruining all my food, and it's draining my power supply. So I reached out to EcoFlow, and they went through some troubleshooting steps, and of course none of that worked. So they're actually going to be sending me an email. They're going to ask for the serial number, and they're going to ask for a bunch of other things, I guess. Anyways, that's supposed to go off to the engineering team, and then supposedly, hopefully, I shouldn't even do a quote. I should do a finger crossed. Hopefully, they fix it, because this is it, man. This is the way I keep food and stuff cold on the fridge on the road. So, not good at all. I mean, it works, but just keep it plugged up for a little bit and then unplug it for a long time. Because again, if I let it run too long, it just turns everything to ice. if this company reaches out to me and says, yeah, just send it in and we'll repair it and send it back to you, I can't do that. Like, I live in my car. I don't use this on the weekends or every 3 months on a camping trip. I use it literally every single day. So I don't know. We'll see what they say. Just one of those things. If you own a home, you deal with all sorts of issues, I'm sure. Air conditioner goes out, plumbing, roofing, window issues, whatever. Like, you always have issues. Well, it's no different than a car. In fact, if you have a house, you have a car and a house to have things go wrong. So, you know. All right, positive note, I'm gonna get out of here, wash the car, take care of a little bit of work this morning. I'm headed into Des Moines, Iowa. There's actually a really cool thing I found just outside of Des Moines. I'm gonna go there today, maybe even tomorrow morning. I'll show you that when I get there.
I heard a ringing bell this morning, and it woke me from a dream. And in that
Oh man, the car looks so much better. I should have taken some video of what it looked like on the front here. I had so many bugs on the front of this thing because I'm in the Midwest, and obviously the bugs are a little more intense up here. Yeah, it looks so much better. But now the real fun part comes. I have to vacuum it, and I have to take everything out of the car to vacuum it. It sucks, but you know, I only do this like maybe once every 2 months. It just needs it. It is what it is. So what I do.
when you got no one on your side, you gotta love one another.
All right, there is everything I have to take out of the vehicle in order to vacuum my vehicle, my home. This may or may not seem like a lot, but trust me, man, it kind of is. To fit all that into that little crossover vehicle, it was like a game of Tetris, trust me. So I was serious about the bugs being worse in the Midwest. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but I am just getting so many flies. There's another one. I think that might be a mosquito actually. Yeah, a second ago, all of my front seat was just swarming with like 3 or 4 flies. Like, it has been like that since I got here. I don't know if it's an Iowa thing. I don't know if it's a Midwest thing. I don't know if it's just this town, but there's just been so many flies since I've been here. I don't know what's going on. Look at them all. Did you see them? They're everywhere. There's one now. Get out of here, you suck. Seriously, look at them all. There is flies everywhere. I don't know if they're coming out on camera. They all went to the back of the car. There's one over there. Look at them. There's 2. Dear Lord. Dude, seriously. Like, they're just everywhere. There was another one up here. There he is. Man, there's one back there. Oh my God. So yesterday, my friend Nick from Wisconsin, the one I just got back from visiting a week ago, texted me and says, hey, where are you? I said, oh, I'm in this small town called Solon, Iowa. He says, oh, while you're there, check out the Iowa Raptor project. And I guess it's kind of like raptors and other birds of prey that have been injured in nature, and then they come here for rehabilitation, and then, you know, a lot of times they can't go back into nature because they just wouldn't survive. So I really have no idea what to expect. I've done something like this in the past in Florida. There was a gorilla one where they took in injured gorillas and other monkeys and apes and things. And then there was one, it was big cat rescue. So lions and tigers, no bears. And yeah, so I have no idea what to expect from this. Let's go check it out. That fan's actually going a lot faster than what the camera makes it look like it's going. So here's an American kestrel, and it'll actually tell you on the sign why they are here. So this one actually fractured his right wing and has limited his flight. So he's difficult to hunt successfully. He's back there in the corner, munching down on something. I don't know what they fed him. Focus in on him. It's kind of hard. The camera wants to focus in on the wires. Cage. So my camera's having a hard time actually focusing on them because it wants to focus on the cage. There's actually two bits of cage wire here so that no one can accidentally stick a finger in there and get it chopped off. So this one has got a permanent injury to his left wing, and so he can no longer fly, so he can't be released. All right, there's a bald eagle back there. Again, he may be hard to see on camera. All right, well, that was pretty neat. If you're in the area, I'd say come check it out. It was free. There were 16 enclosures that I saw. I definitely wouldn't go out of your way to come here, but you know, if you just happen to be in the area or you're in Iowa City, which I think is only like 20 minutes from here roughly. Cedar Rapids, I think, is about 30 minutes from here. All right, I'm going to another place just outside of Des Moines. It's another wildlife refuge, but it should be pretty interesting. I don't want to say much until I get there. I don't even know if you're going to see anything because it's A, too hot, and there's much bigger animals that we're going to see. And usually animals like this don't go out much when it's hot, so maybe they won't be there, but it's also like 2 hours away, so it'll be approaching dark when I get there. So maybe they're a little active, and then you can get there, I think, a half hour before sunrise. So what I may do is just get up super early in the morning and go check it out, and maybe they'll be more active then. All right, well, I'm at a place called the Neil Smith Wildlife Refuge, and I found this place on Atlas Obscura. Apparently they have some wild bison and elk. This is completely free. There is a scenic drive you can take, and I want to say they said it was 5 miles, and that felt accurate. I didn't clock it or anything. This place is open like a half hour, I think it said online, half hour before sunrise, and it's open till a half hour after sunset. I'm sleeping right across the street from it. There's a trailhead here, and that's where I'm going to stay tonight. So it's literally right there. And so this is a perfect spot to be here for the morning. Should be interesting, and should also be a very, very quiet night. Looking forward to this spot. Well, good morning from outside this wildlife refuge. I am going to go see if I can't see any of these bison and elk, because I didn't see any last night, really. I think I saw some of the bison, but they were so far away, they honestly look like cows. Let's go in there and see what we can see. This is a really, really gorgeous path. This is a 2-mile loop that goes around the prairie here. And this is the fence line where the bison and elk are right on the other side there. I've seen them a little bit better walking this path, but still not good enough to pick up on camera so far. So what I'll do is when I get back to the car, I'll do the auto drive you can do. That'll take you through the area where the bison and elk are. And maybe they're closer to the road. Maybe they're on the road. That's always a great shot. I had that happen when I was in Teddy Roosevelt National Park up in North Dakota. A whole herd came like through the park. In fact, I was making breakfast, and I saw them getting closer. I had to pack everything up really quickly, throw it in the car. Well, it was back when I had the trailer, but throw it in the trailer and sit in the car until they went by, because they literally like walked right by me in the trailer. All right, just outside of my passenger side window is a whole herd of bison. Still pretty far away. I'd guess they're about a little over 100 yards away from here. Yeah, I think that's about accurate. 110 or so yards, roughly. There's some elk somewhere around here. I saw them from the visitor center, but I haven't seen them on the auto drive yet. In the last town I was at, it was an abundance of flies. In this town, it's an abundance of whatever that thing is. They're kind of like, well, they have coatings like a wasp or a bee, like they're yellow and black, but they're definitely not wasps or bees. They kind of have almost like dragonfly kind of wings on them. Yeah, there's just a ton of these things. They're not as bad as the flies because they're not really attacking me that bad. It's still, there's just a lot of bugs. All right, well, I'm in downtown Des Moines, Iowa, and to be really honest with you, not much really interests me here when I started looking at it on the map and trying to see what there was to do here. The only thing that really kind of interests me is this downtown area has this sculpture park that I'm kind of walking around and seeing right now. There is the Home and Garden Test Center, apparently, is in the same area, so I'm going to go check that out. I don't know that I'm really going to stick around this town very long. I'll probably just go to Ledges State Park, which is about 30 minutes north of here, I think there's going to be more options to sleep up there as well. And it's just more nature stuff. It's going to look a lot better, I think.
Out of my mind, how could I be so blind? How could I not see? Awake on the floor, looking up, wanting more. This is
I'm not even joking. When I saw this place online, it was just called the Papa John Sculpture Park. So I literally thought the pizza joint was the ones that are kind of supporting it or anything. But no, it's the John and Mary Papa John.
He's always there for you.
All right, so right over my shoulder is the Better Homes and Gardens Photo Center. This is where they stage all of their photo shoots for the magazine. And when I saw this thing online, it made it sound like you can walk in there. You definitely can't. There's a wall, a fence going around the entire thing. And I don't know if that's normal, because they are doing some construction over there. So I don't know if that's normal. But nonetheless, there it is. It's right over my shoulder.
From this hall, oh, to be standing on your own.
All right, well, I just checked online. Apparently this is open to the public, but only on Fridays from 12 to 2. So unless I want to come back here tomorrow, which is pretty unlikely, I'm not walking around that. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna hit the shower at Planet Fitness and then go up to Ledges State Park.
Assist got me looking like this, like the one before. 'Cause I must be strong. 'Cause this might go on for long. Guess I was wrong.
All right, well, I came north of Des Moines. Ooh, look at this. Sorry, I just saw that.
Your love is
Yeah, that was a genuine reaction. I had no idea that was there. So I'm north of Des Moines, about like 30 minutes, not far. And I am at a place called Ledges State Park. And I really didn't know what to expect from here, other than there was no entrance fee. Because some state parks have them, some don't. So I looked up a little information about it. And all the state parks I've been to in Iowa have been free so far. And it's really, really nice. It's really beautiful. And it's actually got some hills, which is unusual, obviously, for Iowa. Tomorrow's gonna be a work day for me. I just got 2 orders today from clients, new clients. So that is great, great news. Hopefully I can wow them with the first impression, first video, and they'll keep ordering from me.
for you. I keep living alone.
All right, well, that's my little afternoon at Ledges State Park. It's actually a really, really beautiful area. It's not as big or quite what I expected. I think I expected more of this kind of stuff everywhere. And well, clearly that's behind me. The ledges part, the rock part, it's not all throughout the park. A lot of it's just a lot of trails and stuff you can walk through. But it is a really gorgeous area. It's very quiet, it's very serene. A great way to get out for the afternoon, especially if you're in the Des Moines area and you're looking to stretch your legs. From here, I have to find a place to sleep. Still don't know where I'm sleeping for the night. Tonight, I made tacos. I got the wrap with some chicken, black beans, put some tomatoes in there, rotel, and I topped it off with some salsa verde, Valentina hot sauce, and some feta cheese, baby. All right, spend the night at a Walmart.
Oh, to be standing on.
Joy. All right, well, I'm in the town of Boone, Iowa. It's not a small town, but it's not a large town either. Been working all day at the library. Decided to stretch my legs a little bit, come down to the downtown area, and I just stumbled across this car show. I had no idea this was going on. This is pretty neat. There's carnival rides back there. There's food vendors set up. The street is all blocked off. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Checking out all these old cars, some newer cars, but some very classic cars. Yeah, it's cool. I didn't expect this at all. I was like, where's the Burt Reynolds picture in this car? It's right there. All right, well, that was kind of a cool surprise. I didn't expect that at all. All right. This is a town, which means it's kind of hard to find places to sleep. No nature-based places to sleep, no quiet places to sleep. So last night I slept at a Walmart. That's probably what I'm gonna end up doing again today. The library here is pretty accommodating, so I'm just gonna stay here, work on this other project. I actually have 4 projects lined up, which is great. Yesterday I only had 2, today I got 2 more, so which is really nice. But just means I just have to stay here for a little bit longer and, you know, pay the bills. So yesterday, as I was leaving the car show thing that I stumbled upon and I was driving to Walmart, I kind of had to take the main road that gets in and out of this town. And I started noticing like chairs and blankets and stuff set up along the side of the road for like a mile. I was like, what is going on? What kind of event is happening that people are setting up chairs and stuff for? And this was kind of late in the evening. So I stopped to get gas and I asked the gas station attendant what's going on. He said, oh, that's our annual Pufferbilly event. There's a parade and a carnival, and he talked about the car show and stuff. So there's a 5K and I think a 10K run today. There's events tomorrow. So it's like a whole weekend event, and it's like a big event around here. So instead of working this morning, I'm gonna check out this parade for a little bit, and then I'm gonna do some work. Say what you want about these little small towns, but they sure do have a lot of charm. Guess I need to clean my teeth. If that doesn't say Iowa, I don't know what does. That exactly what I got it on camera. I'm not sure what they're trying to tell me with all the flaws, but I'll use it. Well, good morning from a beautiful parking lot. This is where I slept for the past like 4 nights now. It's actually been very quiet and very nice. It's at this county park, and usually you can't park at county parks. Usually at county parks, there's signs that say no overnight parking, or that the park closes at a certain time. I've driven and walked all over this park, and there's no signs that say such thing. And like I said, I stayed here for 4 nights and had no issue. This is actually a canoe launch. That's how I kind of found this. Boat launches, canoe launches, stuff like that have been a pretty big hit for me in the past. Like I've stayed at them and slept fine in the past. So when I saw this on the main road that said a canoe launch is back here, I checked it out when I first got into town, and I was like, this looks amazing. In fact, I stayed way back there in that corner, and at night, there's no street lights on or anything, and you cannot see me at all until you came back here with your car lights or something. So I slept fine, slept very quiet, everything was great. There is a really nice little stream down there. Again, you can launch a kayak or canoe on, and it's just a beautiful park, actually. I'm in the town of Ames. This is actually a pretty large town compared to the past 2 towns I was just at, Solon and Boone. Pretty small town, especially Solon, very, very small, mostly a 1-street town. This is definitely a big kind of city. I am headed out of here today. I've been here 4 days just working, and it's not really been that much fun. I did find a really, really nice library to work at, probably one of the best libraries I've ever been to, quite honestly. I am finding out that my job is just, I love my job, but it is not paying the bills quite like I had hoped. So I do freelance video editing, if you were not aware. So I have the YouTube channel, which makes me gas money, literally. That's all it makes me. And then I do freelance video editing for people with businesses or personal projects, whatever the case may be, social media, personal use, whatever. And I genuinely love it. It's a creative expression for me. I really do love it. But video editing is very, very, very time consuming. It takes a lot of time to make one video. And quite honestly, the amount of time I put into one video for a client usually is not even close to what I end up getting paid for it. So it's very tough. Sometimes I spend 3 or 4 days on a single project, and I literally might make $70, and it just sucks. I am online now looking for a quote unquote normal job, or something obviously I can do remote. I'm not giving up this lifestyle. So that's the only caveat, is I'm trying to find something that works into my lifestyle, something that allows me to travel. And that's a challenge. So I need something that's still obviously remote, something that doesn't demand kind of an 8 to 5 kind of hour, because I sometimes could be in a national park or places that have no cell phone service. So I need to, or no internet. So I need a job that will not demand those kind of requirements, right? Be on internet all the time or whatever. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge. I'm starting to look, but it's a challenge. My fridge. So the good news is the company is going to swap it out. They're sending me a new one. I got to pick it up in Omaha. The bad news is it's a refurbished model, which, you know, I'm kind of iffy on the whole refurbished. I used to work in a company where they did refurbished things, and so I understand that it's been checked out by someone, and I understand that you can only return an item to a company within 30 days, and that's the only time they can sell it as refurbished, and yada, yada, yada. So it's probably fine. I guess the thing that I'm thinking about the most is the fact that I've looked it up and to see if anybody else is encountering this issue and see what their fix is, and multiple people have encountered this issue. So it's a known issue with the fridge, that the compressor inside is just running and running and running and running and running. So what makes me more nervous is that they're gonna send me this refurbished model, and it's gonna end up doing the same thing in the next 2 or 3 months, because that's how long this one lasted. It lasted me like 8 months, but I've only been using it on the road for like 4 months, but I've had it way before I got to traveling. I'm a little apprehensive about that. Doesn't give me the, you know, warm feelings to know that I probably bought something that's a complete lemon. I do not have the money to replace one of these things. These things are like $1,000. And any model, any big size fridge that's dual zone, that's freezer and fridge, and I do like having both, is $1,000. And I do not have $1,000 right now to spend on another one of these fridges if the other one goes out. And the thing is, it only comes with a 1-year warranty, and the refurbished model will only carry on to that 1-year warranty mark, which is literally in like 2 months. So I'm sure if it breaks, it's gonna break in like 3 or 4 months, right past the warranty parts. That's another reason why I need to find a better paying job. Anyways, I'm headed up to another really small town, West Bend. Very small town. There's only one thing up there. It's unique, it's different. It's up my alley as far as being a tourist destination to see, something odd, something unique. But the undertone is not really my jam. But I'll show you more when I get there. Well, I am at a place called the Grotto of the Redemption. This was started in 1912 by a priest that when he fell sick, he said to God, if I get better, I will make a shrine to the Virgin Mary. And that's what he did. He got better and started right away on this shrine. The shrine is made from petrified wood, rocks, and minerals from hundreds of miles away. And I think they said some of the stones even came from all over the country that were donated to him. Even though the project was started in 1912 by one priest, it was furthered along by another priest, and finally in 2002, the other priest passed away, and the shrine was open to the public to enjoy. Anyone can come here, it's completely free, and I gotta say, it's very impressive to see. I did not expect it to have this kind of detail in it. It's very neat to see. Not a religious person, but this thing is pretty neat to see in person. All right, this thing is way more impressive to see in person. It's hard to judge these kind of things in pictures online, but this is actually really impressive to see. I'm actually glad I came up here. Just the intricacy of everything, the detail in which they made all this stuff is really impressive. I could see why it took them almost 100 years to make this. This thing is massive. I'm standing on top of like a 3rd level here. I'm really impressed by one person. Well, he had a team of people that helped him a little bit, but they said there was also no formal blueprint to making this thing. The priest, they said they found sketches in pencil and crayon that the original priest made to kind of build this thing. So kind of reminds me a little bit of the Winchester Mystery House out in San Jose, California. She had no formal blueprint to make that thing. She just kind of made it every day as she just saw fit, just kind of pencil something out on paper, and they built it. So this kind of reminds me of that. But yeah, very interesting. If you ever come to West Bend, Iowa, I'd check it out. All right, well, I'm in Sac City, Iowa, and it is known for having the world's largest popcorn ball. I don't know why this exists, but it does, and I love these weird roadside attractions. So it weighs over 9,000 pounds, 12-foot diameter. There's over 2,000 pounds of popcorn in there. Jeez. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just end my video here. I have seen quite a lot in Iowa, a lot more than I expected. I guess I just didn't know what to really expect from Iowa other than just a lot of corn, which obviously I saw a lot of. Also, there were some really, really cool natural things around here and non-natural things like the popcorn ball. I think if you're ever in Iowa, I would give it a shot to actually check out some of these places. Some of them were really interesting to me. Especially that the Grotto, the Shrine Grotto place I just came from this morning. Super interesting. I was kind of blown away by that. And again, you don't think you have to be religious to really appreciate that thing. It was really interesting. So from here, I am headed into Nebraska. That'll be my 49th state to visit in my life. I literally only have Alaska left in my life to see. So that's kind of exciting. I don't know. Nothing I can really do with that information, but kind of exciting. We'll see what Nebraska has to offer, but I have been doing some research and there's a lot more there than I expected. So I can't wait to share with you what I found there. Until next time, as always, thank you for escaping normal life with me.